The Chicago Blackhawks have the opportunity to have the game of the season tonight against the Montreal Canadiens, as well as first overall pick Connor Bedard sat down with another first overall pick to discuss, about life, and this is absolutely perfect for the NHL, and I'll be discussing why. Before we get into all of that, though, we noticed that 83% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel, so if you're looking for a spot to get daily Blackhawks and NHL news, you're in the right spot. Make sure to sub to the channel, it means a lot to us, and you get to see daily news from around the NHL. But like I said, we're going to start this one off here with a potential game of the night candidate for the Blackhawks tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. Now, I'll explain why as well, but we know the Blackhawks are on a bit of a hot streak lately, which is absolutely what we want to see. Them and the Montreal Canadiens are both near the bottom of the standings, and I think tonight the Blackhawks could actually show their true colors and come out and absolutely dominate the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Now, I could be wrong, but I think this is a major opportunity, the best opportunity they will have in a long time to show what they're really made of. But that's not also the only reason. Remember last game that we played the Montreal Canadiens, Jared Tinordi hit Kirby Dach into the bench, and he tore his ACL, MCL. There was no intent behind an injury, it was just a normal hit to go along the boards, and just an awkward way that Kirby Dach fell, landed, however it happened. I think the Montreal Canadiens might come out tonight wanting revenge against one of our top talents in Bedard, Lukas Reichel, Kevin Korchinski, Kirk, literally anybody. I think it could be anybody on this team. The Montreal Canadiens are not afraid to do so. They have some players like Gallagher, Pizzetta, who, that's what they're there for at this point in their career, and I think we got to watch out. I think this could be a very good game physically as well as on the offensive side, like I said, for the Blackhawks. But this came out from a Twitter account I seen from the Four Feathers podcast, said, if Jared Tinordi returns to the Blackhawks lineup tonight, will the Habs have a target on his back? And that's what got me thinking about this. Obviously, that's the question there, but I was thinking about the Montreal Canadiens roster, and they'd have the players that would be willing to do so. Whether or not Jared Tinordi does return from concussion protocol, it could be someone else if it's not him, but obviously I think someone will go after him, whether it's Pizzetta if he plays, Brendan Gallagher, Josh Anderson. They have a lot of big players, a lot of players who are willing to do that. So I think this is something to keep an eye on. I'm going to be watching the game for sure, because it's going to be a very good one that I want to watch anyways, but this adds another element to it that we could see a lot of physicality, a lot of offensive talent from this Blackhawks team, and it's just going to be a very good game overall, and it all depends though if Jared Tinordi does play, whether it would be him or someone else potentially, and none of this could happen, but I really do think that the Canadiens are a team that, they want to stick up for their guys. Kirby Dach, obviously, the former Blackhawk, has had no luck in the injury department over the past few seasons, missing a lot of last season, now missing pretty much all of this season, opposed for a few games at the start because he had to get surgery to repair it, but, I don't think the Montreal Canadiens are happy about it. I think they want a little bit of revenge, whether or not it was deserved, because it was a clean hit. It was just awkward the way it happened, but I think they're going to come out flying. Both teams are, knowing that that's what happened last game they played, so if you don't know if you're going to watch this game, I do recommend. But I'll pull up another screenshot here that I got from Charlie Romeliotis. Luke Richardson said that they're going to be seeing how Kevin Korchinski and Jared Tinordi are feeling Friday morning before deciding whether they will return to the lineup or not. Now, just before recording this, Charlie put out a tweet saying that Jared Tinordi wasn't extra on the team, so he was back at practice, but he wasn't in line rushes. Now, that don't mean that he will not play tonight, if it does happen or not, but Kevin Korchinski was in the line rushes, so assuming that he will be back for sure. But, it's going to be a very good game regardless. If anything does happen, I think the Blackhawks are going to come out here flying. I think they're going to continue off the hot streak they've been having over the past few games. They're going to get their lines consistent. The power play will be back to maybe 5 forwards on the power play, with Kurashev back being put on the second line here today as well. So we're going to see how that all works out tonight versus the Montreal Canadiens. But we also have another topic here, which on the topic of, Bedard and the stars of this team. This isn't perfect for the NHL. Recently, the Blackhawks had a sit-down with Connor Bedard and Victor Wembanyama, the first overall pick, a generational talent projection in the NBA draft. Although I'm sure a lot of people watching this video know who he is already, but this is exactly what the NHL needs. So the NHL have not had a good marketing department for years now. I would say at all, ever. And having this, a generational first overall pick in Connor Bedard and a generational first overall pick in Victor Wembanyama sit down and, just have a conversation, talk about hockey, talk about basketball and whatnot, do a jersey swap. this is exactly what the NHL needs. They have to take advantage of the opportunity of what they have with Connor Bedard and, being able to market his presence in the NHL as well as share it around the world. I remember when he played his first game with Chicago that the ratings, I think, were the second highest of regular season game of all time, which is absolutely crazy for a debut for a first overall pick. There's a first overall pick every year, but that just shows how different Connor Bedard is to the rest of, the NHL, compared to every other player. Another screenshot here, this is from Blackhawks Talk. It's like, this is how you grow the sport of hockey, which I could not agree more. Wembanyama and Bedard, two of the biggest rookie superstars in sports history, sat down for a chat on Thursday. We've seen pictures of Wembanyama or videos trying to shoot around a puck with a stick that was taller than Bedard. I'll pull up that screenshot as well. Like, this just don't look real. This screenshot alone has been getting, circling around the news, just showing, the height difference. People may not even know who they are, but it's showing that it's hockey and basketball, exactly what the NHL needs, and I couldn't agree more. The NHL needs to do more stuff like this, and they have the opportunity to with Connor Bedard. This, his whole marketing, with the NHL, with Team Canada, with the World Junior goal that he had there in the before the season, and they need to do more like this. They really do. Whether it's go with other leagues like this again, whether it's do more marketing. They've been doing better at it recently, but it's still not where it needs to be, where it should be. One example of this is when they're going to be hosting the NHL draft at the Las Vegas Sphere, which is, that's a good idea. A lot of people are seeing every event at the Sphere happen, the U2 concerts, the F1 race in Vegas where they had it going around the track and they had the little emoji looking at the race cars. It's exactly what the NHL needs, get into the spotlight, get into the limelight of the public, people who might not watch hockey. It's just a very, very long overdue thing the NHL is doing, getting to these points where everybody needs to know what the NHL is. Everybody needs to know players and hockey just to increase more revenue, make the NHL even better and better and better. It's what we want. It's our favorite game in the world, and it has to happen. So this is a good start for it. Wembanyama, maybe we get involved with the NFL a bit. Maybe we get involved with, I don't know, MLB a bit, and we've seen how much the MLB offseason is increasing in revenue, how many eyes are on that, the whole Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto situation where the Dodgers spent $1.1 billion on two players. That's unheard of for the NHL, and that's what the NHL needs to get to, is start to getting numbers like these other leagues, and I think we'll be in the clear. Bedard has a huge opportunity to be a part of this, and I think that he will continue to over his whole NHL career. Marketing came with McDavid. It's going to be a segment to watch. It's going to be a spectacle over the next few years, and I'm excited to see it. Connor Bedard is a big part of the NHL's development in the future, and I'm sure excited to see how it goes. But that's all I got for this video. Tune into the game tonight versus the Montreal Canadiens if you want to see a potential Game of the Year candidate for the Blackhawks. I do expect a lot of stuff happening in this game. Maybe a fight, maybe a line brawl, maybe, a hat trick from Connor Bedard. We don't know. We won't know until it happens, and it's coming on tonight. So make sure to stick around, sub to the channel if you want to see all the stuff revolving around this game, the Blackhawks, the NHL. Hit that sub button. It would mean a lot to us. But that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.